Watch this here. You can see this out of bounds play. Sekulic does a nice job of coming around that screen hard, making it difficult for him to get on the wing.
And Sekulic,
don't think they were quite sure that one was going.
Excuse me, Andre Nedick just threw it two rows into the seats.
I mean, there's some orange seeds there. There's a trash can. Maybe that was where that was going.
And Rumpf will reset the offense after nothing doing on the first initial attempt. Ball fed inside to Sif Shulkry, too strong. And rebound comes down to Solomon Kabmi. Traveling the call on Kabmi.
We're going to have a timeout.
30-second timeout.
We'll stay here as we take a look. 8 points for Carlos Odom early on, 6 points for Peter Ezema. Those guys have really led the charge for Faith Baptist.
They have, and it's all about them getting to the rim so far. Odom's been hard going to the rim. Ezema's gotten to the basket. He's hitting the boards really hard. A couple of his baskets are via second chance opportunities. And still, at 8-point game, that's still a difference in this game right now. West Oaks has stayed with it with the full court pressure. That's created some turnovers. That's allowed them to stay in this game. But right now, the difference is the effort that Faith Baptist is putting on the boards.
Well, they're picking up the slack for Marquise Chandler not being in the game because of foul trouble, and we'll have a replay for you.
And that one's of Dominguez tipping it in here just a few minutes ago.
His only points of the game, big Hector Dominguez.
And they might need him to contribute a bit more, and they need to get the big guys in here a little bit more, take advantage of his size.
So West Oaks will get the ball with 4:14 remaining in the first half.
And Dominguez is going to be on the bench to start out of this timeout.
Haji tries to take his man, but the drive no good by Vyagintsev. Back comes Faith Baptist the other way. Carlos Odom baseline. That's his favorite spot, and now he's got 10.
And he's just shown already that he has absolutely no qualms with jumping into people and getting opportunities that way.
Quick fire three by Waza Pavucius, no good. And Odom's going to lead the break. And that's a blocking foul on Shulkry. Odom will go to the line for 2.
And not a smart decision by Rumpf on the break there. He didn't take a step in front of Odom. Could have impeded his progress. All he did was reach a hand out there. Because of that, Odom gets to the free throw line. Looks like he might have been there, but
the feet were moving a little bit.
Yeah, fell a little bit awkwardly too.
He was still moving backwards. That's what they called. He wasn't quite set, so Shulkry picked up his second foul. Third foul on Steve Shulkry. So he will most likely go to the bench after this free throw. The referee wiping up a wet spot underneath the basket here, so.
And that was a problem last night, if you'll remember. Last night in our Hargrave Military Academy and West Oaks game, they were probably pretty tired of this floor at this point, having issues with it. But it's just something you got to play through. You're always going to have a small little issue here or there with the floor.
So Odom misses his first free throw.
Makes me think of reading stories about the old Boston Garden where the Celtics used to play in the 50s and 60s, where there'd be spots on the floor where there'd be dead spots, and the Celtics defensive players would lead them specifically to those players where somebody was dribbling, and they would lead them exactly to that spot and watch and wait for the ball to bounce less high so they could swoop in and get the steal.
And Shulkry's going to stay in the game with 3 fouls, so Coach Thelman doesn't believe in foul trouble, apparently. Zach Rumpf, 2 fouls, didn't take him out. Shulkry, 3 fouls. He stays in the game.
I think it says that, or it says that he has faith in his bench, and he's not worried if he has a guy foul out. He seems to think his bench is deep enough as well. That could be another thing.
So an 11-point Faith Baptist lead, 3:05 to go in the first half.
And that's their biggest game of the lead thus far, here at 11 points.
This has been pretty much West Oaks offense so far, swinging around the perimeter, and then Rumpf tries to drive. McIntosh pulls up for a long range 2. That's his first bucket. 3 on the way for Sekulic. No good. Ezema skies in for another rebound.
Guess who gets the offensive board once more?
Nedick. That's too strong. Rumpf pulls up for 3. Nobody around him, but comes up short once again.
And I don't think that's Rumpf's shot. He doesn't seem to me to be a pure jump shooter.
Ezema wide open, takes his time. That one's off the mark. Odom comes down the offensive board, and a hard foul by Josh Palmer. Odom will go to the line for 2 again.
And probably best. He had his mindset on a big throwdown, I think, right there. He skied for that one. He had his eyes on the rim. Let's see if we can take another look at that one. Splits the defenders here. Palmer wasn't afraid. He went right at him, but Odom wanted to throw it home.
And Palmer made sure he wasn't dunking that.
And that's going to give Odom 12 with the first free throw.
12 points to lead all scorers for Carlos Odom in this first half.
And now we've got a substitution. Sulcree goes out. Jordan Benjamin comes in.
Full court press. Rumpf called for traveling. Could not corral the pass.
We've got another player scratching his foot on the spot on the floor. Let's hope there's not a spot there.
Minute 54 to go. Faith Baptist by 11. Sekulic drives, kicks out to Odom, but it deflects off his hands. He couldn't control the pass, and out of bounds back to West Oaks. Palmer breaks the press. And West Oaks will set up the offense, passing around the perimeter, trying to find a driving lane. McIntosh set up, corner 3, another miss. Sekulic the rebound, he'll lead the fast break. He can't finish. Palmer comes back the other way, 3 on 2, dishes, a block, what a block. Trebor Williams, but West Oaks is able to hold on to it.
Yeah, he had no intentions of letting that ball go in the basket. He came flying in all the way from half court to get that one.
Palmer pump fakes, but he called for lifting the feet. Traveling is the call back to Faith Baptist.
I think Faith Baptist right now, the biggest thing benefiting them is their athleticism. You've seen it when they've crashed the boards. You've seen it right there. You saw it in broad display right there on that block. It's given West Oaks fits right now.
Sekulic in the corner, drives toward the free throw line. Saved. Nice save by Glenall Lane. And Odom will set up the offense. So Sekulic, he drives, and he finishes. Milos Sekulic, 6 points now for him, and 16 seconds on the clock left in this first half. So West Oaks will play for the final shot. Rumpf loses it, trying to drive. Odom and Rumpf get tangled up on the floor, and it's a jump ball. Possession arrow favors the Crusaders of Faith Baptist Christian Academy with 5.2 seconds left. One last chance for the Crusaders to extend this 14-point lead even farther. Williams brings it up and loses it out of bounds. 2.6 on the clock. And now West Oaks has a chance to score and get some momentum before the half. Vyaginsev will inbound, and that's knocked out of bounds. 1.7 to go. Trebor Williams knocked it away. So Vyaginsev will inbound again, and knocked away again. 1.4 to go. Sekulic, quick hands by this Faith Baptist team. And we'll try it again. Byagintsev to inbound, gets it in. The shot too strong by Jordan Benjamin. And now that takes us to halftime. Faith Baptist Christian Academy leads West Oaks Prep 33-19. Leading scorer for Faith Baptist, Carlos Odom, 13 points. Peter Ezema, 6 points. And Milos Sekulic also with 6 points. So big 14-point lead for Faith Baptist Christian Academy Crusaders. They lost by 12 to West Oaks earlier this year, right before Thanksgiving. So nice start for the Faith Baptist Christian Academy Crusaders here at the Conley Center on day 2 of the Ironton Classic. And now we have Caleb Carter courtside with Coach Dylan Bates.
All right, I've got Coach Dylan Brown with me from Faith Baptist Christian Academy. Coach, Carlos Odom had an absolutely fantastic first half. Can you talk about what he and the rest of the team's got to do, maybe to get some other guys involved on offense?
Well, basically, we just had to swing the ball. We got to run our plays. Carlos, we have it set up though with Carlos doing what he's doing. He's a powerhouse down low, and as long as he keeps catching short corner and penetrating to the basket, we're just going to keep going with what works.
All right, appreciate it, Coach.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, now back to you, Todd.
Thanks, Caleb. So Coach Brown saying Carlos Odom is a great player, and we will go to break before the start of the second half. You're watching the Ironton Classic.
Ohio University Southern Electronic Media presents the 2013 Ironton Classic. Tonight's games are brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings, Giovanni's of Colgrove, Pizza Power, Ohio University Southern, Ironton and Proctorville, Dan's Sports Shop of Huntington, and Collins Career Center, making career dreams come true.
Welcome to another OU Update, where we bring you the latest happenings in and around the Ohio University Southern campus. I'm Drew Adams. Here at home and across the country, nursing is one of the careers that has remained resilient through a tough job economy. Here at OU Southern, our nursing program continues to grow as technology continues to change.
The Ohio University Southern School of Nursing recently celebrated the graduation of a class of students from licensed practicing nurses to registered nurses. All 21 of the students graduated with associate's degrees in nursing, commemorated by a ceremony referred to as a pinning ceremony. What exactly is a pinning ceremony? Turns out it is a tradition that dates back quite some time.
The pin basically is representing an accomplishment and program completion. The tradition dates back all the way to the Crusades, and the cross was a sign that Florence Nightingale chose to represent well done work and accomplishment in nursing.
The students are leaving the university with the benefit of a high degree of one-on-one instruction, close camaraderie with fellow students, and hands-on experience with technologies and equipment they will use daily in their field. This practice is facilitated by a newly established lab that comes stocked with realistic practice dummies, IV stations, and a simulated oxygen machine. This new lab was designed with the purpose of better preparing the class for their return to patient care. So after all of the hard work and tears shed, how would the students describe their experience at OUS?
I could sum it up in one word: awesome.
For more information about OU Southern's programs and opportunities, go to our website, southern.ohiou.edu. For OU Update, I'm Drew Adams.
A diagnosis of breast cancer changes your life forever.
She told me I needed a mastectomy.
I was scared.
Absolutely in shock.
But you need to know that you're not alone. There are teams of medical professionals, support groups, and therapists, and those who can help you plan for life after cancer. Before you undergo surgery for breast cancer, get the facts. Make sure you know your breast reconstruction options. For more information, visit broaddayusa.org.
Ohio University Southern Electronic Media presents the 2013 Ironton Classic. Tonight's games are brought to you by Dan's Sport Shop of Huntington, Rack's Roast Beef, St. Mary's Medical Center, Ohio University Southern, Ironton and Proctorville, and Fox Sports Radio, 1230 AM and 1420 AM.
Welcome back to the Ironton Classic. Caleb Carter standing by with head coach Baron Thelman.
All right, I've got Coach Baron Thelman with me from West Oaks. Coach, what have you guys got to do to get back in the second half?
Well, I think one thing that's hurt us the first half is our ability to rebound. They've got a ton of second chance points. They're playing with a little bit more energy than we are. So I think we need to pick our energy level up and obviously do a better job in rebounding, limiting their second chance points. And then also we got to take care of the ball. We've got too many unforced turnovers right now, which is kind of put us in the hole that we're in.
All right, appreciate it, Coach.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Now back to you, Todd.
Thanks, Caleb. And as Coach mentioned, a 25-14 rebound advantage for Faith Baptist Christian Academy over West Oaks. As a matter of fact, Carlos Odom, 7 rebounds, and Peter Ezema, 8 rebounds. So those two combined have more rebounds than West Oaks does total. And turnovers, it's actually 14-10 in favor of West Oaks. West Oaks only has 10 turnovers compared to 14 from the Faith Baptist Christian Academy Crusaders. As we get ready to start the second half, Faith Baptist leads 33-19. Caleb, what's your initial impressions of that first half?
Well, with the first half, I think we said a lot about West Oaks' inability to grab boards on the defensive end. Faith Baptist was able to crash the boards, Enzema especially, and West Oaks was able to force Faith Baptist to hurry up a little bit in that half when they did that half-court press, specifically that 2-2-1. Maybe do a little bit more of that here in the second half if they want to see a little more success.
Well, West Oaks will start with the ball to start the second half of play, and a quick steal. 11th turnover of the game for West Oaks. And Marquise Chandler lost it out of bounds. Had an easy bucket, just couldn't hold on.
He couldn't believe he dropped that too. He put his hands up over his head and went, oy vey, what was that?
Well, he might be a little rusty. He only played 6 minutes in that first half after 2 fouls. Quickly took him out of the game for the rest of the half. And a quick sub, 12 seconds into the first half. Steve Shulkery checks back in. He has 3 fouls, so he has to be careful on the defensive end. Checked in for Vasily Mihailov. And Rumpf is fouled at mid-court by Solomon Kabmi. First foul of the half for the Crusaders.
I heard from Coach Thelman, he said it himself, talking about the second half. They've got to eliminate those turnovers. They've got to eliminate those mental mistakes if they're going to get back to it. That first possession, hopefully, is not an indication for them of what's to come.
Yeah, it went away from everything he talked about needing to clean up there from that first half. Now, wide open 3, drained it.
And that's a little bit more like it.
Otar Buliava. West Oaks finally hits a 3. They were 2 for 15 from beyond the arc in that first half. Faith Baptist wasn't much better. They were only 1 for 11 from beyond the arc. Buliava called for steps. Good idea after he just made a 3 on the last trip down. Tried to fake him out and go to the basket, but picked up his pivot foot. Chandler throws it off the leg.
Oh, Dominguez just threw Chandler. That was a pancake block right there.
Second foul on Hector Dominguez.
And you can't even blame the kid. Watch as we see it on the instant replay. It just gave him the forearm shiver.
Inbound to Carlos Odom, who had a big first half, 13 points to lead all scorers. Jump shot no good by Odom there. Rebound down to Nikyle Williams-McIntosh. Buliava active early in this half. Couldn't finish the layup. Ezema down with his 9th rebound. And traveling called again on Carlos Odom.
But he still keeps doing what he was doing in the first half, and that's jump stopping into the lane, getting up in there near the basket. Unfortunate for him to get to travel there, but still would like to see that aggressiveness from him.
Dominguez posting up down low. Double teamed and loses it.
He's got to be able to go back over the right shoulder there.
And on the other end, Marquise Chandler finishes. Chandler now with 7 points.
Dominguez.
Buliava off on the 3. Outlet the other way. Odom runs over a defender, no call, and he finishes for 2.
Rumpf looked incredulous there at the referees. I don't know if that was his fault, but wasn't happy about it.
The referees just signaled that he went right around him. He tried to go around him. Take another look at it.
Did a little bit of a Manu Ginobili there. Maybe a little more overreaction, but a little bit of contact there.
Yeah, the refs tend to let those plays go if both players are trying to avoid contact. That was the case.
And I think in tournaments like this, you like to see their athletic ability. You like to see teams flying back and forth and playing in an up-tempo game. You don't like to see the referees take control. And I bet that's what the referees are often told before invitationals like this. Is that you let the players play as much as possible so they can showcase their talent, especially for the scouts.
How can West Oaks draw up some offense here? Down 16.
Well, I think they've got to draw on something on what Coach Thelman said at the half. Again, they've just got to be able to control the ball. Now as Faith Baptist comes out in the press, now they've got to be able to handle this, make pass out of this, not be in a hurry once they get into that half-court offense.
Buliava spinning, picks up his dribble, needs some help, gets it, and the press is broken. Rumpf, the foul and the continuation. So he'll go to the line for a chance at a 3-point play.
A nice strong take, and that's exactly what they need from him. Space floor out a little bit, get Rumpf in there, up on the rim.
Now the referees are going to wave it off and say he was on the floor. They initially ruled that it was a continuation, but changed the call. So West Oaks will get the ball out underneath their own basket.
Let's take another look at that one. Rumpf, that does a little two-step there. Sometimes they'll let it go, sometimes not. That time he got whistled for it.
Tough break for West Oaks there. Now they have to try and score again. But Rumpf does it anyway. 9 points for Zach Rumpf. Deep 3. He needed about another step in. Trevor Williams there. As he came up off the front of the rim, and then a foul call on the rebound on Peter Ezema, his second foul.
Faith Baptist is going to drop back into that press, or drop back out of the press, content to just play some man offense. Let's see if West Oaks is better able to be composed on this possession, getting a nice shot.
Buliava finds himself wide open, top of the key, but he's short on the 3. And Marquise Chandler loses the ball, bringing it up the court. Bodies everywhere. Buliava finally comes up with it. Jordan Benjamin finds himself wide open in the corner.
Foot on the line, though.
And had a foot on the line, so it's ruled a 2. So a 12-point game, 16:24 remaining, and almost a turnover. They're going to say Rumpf deflected it. He didn't believe it. Rumpf deflects that one, but can't recover. Marquise Chandler off on the 3, and Rumpf the other way against Chandler, one-on-one, and finishes.
Good strong take. Chandler had to go straight up to avoid another foul there.
30 seconds.
Let's see if we can take another look at that fast break basket by Rumpf. Nice outlet pass to get out of there right away, get off and running. Benjamin was running right of him. Good job hustling down the court, and Rumpf finishes on the rim. And again, Chandler can't be physical with him there. He's got to stay straight up, otherwise he gets his third foul.
Yep, and we've already seen that Coach Brown will pull him out of the game if he gets in foul trouble. So when you look at it, he knows he can't pick up that third foul or he will come out. Yep. Whereas with Coach Thelman, he's leaving his guys in there with foul trouble because he just assumes they can play through it.
Yeah, and with the 10-point lead, it's been as much as 16 here in the last couple of minutes. He probably feels that he needs his guys